Yes, sir. I'd be honored to start. Aaron, of course, 38 points tonight. You seem when you got downhill, you're unstoppable. What was working tonight? How do you feel like it's gonna propel you moving forward?
I think the coaches had a great game plan going into it, knowing they was gonna play that weird defense kinda. And them just trusting me with the ball in my hands, being able to take JB off the ball. I mean, that's big, knowing what he does with the ball. So we thought me getting downhill was the best thing, and it was working. So we just stuck with it the whole game, which kept us in it. So.
Dave, just what were your first thoughts after the game? 3 overtimes, just what were the first thoughts after finally concluded?
Of course, you're disappointed to lose. You never want to lose these close games, especially in league. So I think it was a disappointment, but I think we got a lot to build off from here. Our team showed a lot of resolve tonight that can be used later down in conference play. So disappointed that we lost, but definitely some good things to build on and areas that we can improve in.
Any other questions, Christina?
How do you think you're able to handle the tough endurance through those 3 overtimes?
I'm going to just say shout out to Coach Handy. He prepares us mentally, physically for those games. It wasn't easy, but just trusting the work that you put in the offseason and then just applying it to the real game. So that big shout out to Coach Handy, though, for sure.
Yeah, I think just digging deep and just, everybody on the court is tired. So, tired isn't an excuse. You got to play in.
And Darren, of course, in the double overtime, you guys drew up that play. You had that dunk to tie. What was going on in that play? What did you see?
Truth be told, the play was not for me. We were trying to go for the win, go for a 3 with either JB or Garrett. And I just heard them say switch, and that instantly clicked in my mind and just go back door to slip to the rim, and I was open, so I just knew I had to go dunk it, no layup. So.
Dave, it was a really physical game throughout the whole time. I know both of you guys drew a lot of contact points. What entering conference play here, games sort of pick up a little bit of intensity. Like, how are you guys sort of reacting to that? How did you feel that went today?
I felt at times we were really doing a good job handling their physicality. And like I said earlier, at times we weren't. So it's something that we got to keep building on and keep getting used to. But, for the most part, I think we all felt good. We were in position to win the game multiple times. So, we all felt good with the physicality.
Yeah, I also think we got to just come up with more 50-50 plays. And I think that'll take us over the hump against anybody that we play later down the line. So I'm disappointed, but I definitely feel good about where we are and like where we headed. And I told him in the locker room, like, me personally, I said I own him. So I love this team, and I go to war with them any day of the week. So.
Anything else, Christina? Thanks, guys. Appreciate it.
Thank you guys.
Appreciate it, Kim.
Thank you. Thank you, guys.
Thanks, Jim. Appreciate it.
Hey, guys. All right, we'll do an opening statement for Coach and then questions.
Yeah, I want to give Fordham credit. I mean, they make 19 threes. They started, consistent throughout the game. They made them to start the game. And obviously 2 timely ones in the 3rd overtime. And, we're a team that's defended the 3 pretty well throughout the year. They're actually not a team who shot the 3 particularly well throughout the year, but you got to give them credit. They had an answer from 3 at almost every critical juncture of the game. So I want to give them credit. I'm going to have to watch to see how we're letting guys, get away from us where those 3s are, maybe a little bit cleaner than you would like. But again, I want to give them credit. I thought we actually, I don't know what the numbers say, we defended the 2, I thought, pretty well. Hard to keep them off the glass. Could have done a better job there at times. But again, to go to 3 overtimes, I thought both teams played very hard. I'd like to see James get to the free throw line more. I don't know why he isn't. With the way, he has the ball often far from the basket, and the physicality on him on those drives. But, Unfortunately, he only draws 4 fouls tonight. But I was happy with our offensive game plan. They're a terrific defensive team. We had no problem scoring. We had problems stopping them. So that's league play, though. You play a certain way. The numbers kind of look a certain way going into the league, and then it flips. When you go to your first league game. So.
Hey, gotta ask. What do you say? What do you say to the team after 4 guys having over 50 minutes pouring their heart into this one? What's the message in the locker room after a game like this?
Yeah, Benny was sick today, so it was one less guy. It's a different type of team to play against. I think a team, the way they play, a little bit unique. There weren't a lot of freshmen on the court for either team except ours, which is sort of the theme with our group right now. So I told them I was proud of them. I thought we fought, but we matched their effort and energy. Played very hard, but there's no moral victories, and now it just doesn't get any easier. You got to go on the road. So it's very disappointing, the outcome, but I thought proud of the effort and the fight, and trying to keep a perspective that this is a long season as it relates to your league play, but disappointed in the outcome.
It seems like that was an especially frustrating third overtime period. A lot of things weren't going GW's way there. How do you sort of deal with that as a coach trying to keep your own to be there?
Yeah, I mean, again, I think they got loose for 2 huge threes that we made 2 big ones, I believe, in the third overtime. I thought, man, we're in position here to win the game, and then they answered. So again, I give them all the credit. We also put them on the free throw line in those overtimes at a rate that is far greater than what our statistics said. No, I'm not sure if anybody understands that we're number 2 in the country and not putting people on the free throw line. But that being said, the game was being played in the paint physically, and so I know those are hard games to officiate, but certainly there were, I think, 6 free throws by Gray at a time, where just the ball was in the paint, foul to the free throw line in a close game. Uncharacteristic of us.
You got it. So you guys were switching a lot, and they were taking advantage of the mismatch and knocking bullet. Was there a thought at some point of the game to go away from switching?
Yeah, I talked about it. I mean, the hard thing is in these one-possession games, you don't want to give up a 3. You're doing a lot of switching. Those turned into drives. We hoped that Stretch could, affect those shots on those drives. And honestly, I thought he did at times, and he gave up some, but the 2 big threes were kind of ball watching. And again, some of that is guys playing 50-plus minutes. And, man, that awareness takes some the fatigue probably cuts into that time. I'm off the ball, and I'm kind of watching, and somebody else is probably going to take a shot, and it's thrown, and now I'm just a second late because I've been playing. I mean, June his hips were bothering him. Those guys were pretty beat up.
They did a great job handling the start by them when they were up 9-0.
I'm getting used to it, Jimmy. Yeah, I'm getting used to it.
No, but it's kind of weird. You got to tell us as a coaching's perspective. It's weird when they're not a good 3-point shooting team. They come out on fire like that. What were you saying in the huddle? How'd you handle that?
Well, I thought that we took their best shot, to start the game, and we settled in pretty good, at the half. And so now I thought we would, again, I thought we played pretty good the rest of the way. It's just at the critical times when they needed a basket, not only did they get that basket often, it was a 3, throughout the game. And a couple were on offensive rebounds, but, again, I think I'm proud of our group. We've got so many guys going through this stuff for the first time. First league game for, 1, 2, 3, 4 of the 6 guys we played tonight. And I would have liked to have played maybe one more guy, and that's probably on me, but it's a weird game to play. It's a different type of game in terms of the way they play.
Dave, can you talk about your decision to pull Stretch at the end from that free throw where you gave up the offensive rebounds there?
Yeah, kind of a dumb thing, probably. It's hard because you're thinking about offense, right? So you're like, hey, we want to get an offensive team, get the rebound if they miss, if they make, and then we wanted Stretch out in that particular time offensively to spread with 4 shooters and June. of course they miss the free throw and we don't get the rebound, then it's like a bad decision, you know. On the other hand, if they miss and we do get it, now we don't have 4 shooters around June. So it's just, you know, you kind of got to like be able to do both. It's not football, so I can't sub in the middle of it, you know.
I thought Maximus, if you watched his game, he took a charge at the right time. He got an offensive rebound for the right time.
Yeah, very good
Got a
second
rebound
half, I thought.
I thought he got a tip in at the right time. You know, yeah, he's not getting. He's being scouted. Let's face it. He's no more surprise, no more Max surprise. So now he's adjusted by doing a lot of little stuff, including his charge. I thought he played the game, Caputo, Coach Caputo, that the non-stat sheet game, best player was Max.
Yeah, I thought he did some good
You
things.
talk to him about that, like you deal with like how that is.
I told him before the game it's a hard game for him to get loose off the dribble, just the way they play and the switching, and it's not really, you know, they're top whatever 40 or something, taking away threes. It's not gonna be a lot of paint to out. They don't help. That's why we've got 56 points at the rim. There's not a team that's gonna help. You're not gonna get drive and kick, you know, like we've been doing. So, yeah, I thought he had a nice game, and obviously James was James, and June was fantastic, you know. So.
It seemed like there was a lot of contact oftentimes in those drives. Were you hoping for a few more calls down there, especially?
You would think that given the amount of contact, you know, we all can't get bored if it's a 3 overtime game. Like, we can't be thinking about going. I'm not thinking about like what's on TV tonight. Can we get home fast? Like, we're just gonna. I want to play this game the right way the rest of the way. If we're here till midnight, we're here till midnight. I got nothing to do tomorrow. I got a doctor's appointment in the afternoon, but other than that, you know, so we could be here forever. So I don't want to get, like, if the game has to stop, that's great. It should stop on both ends when it has to, and that be that.
Anything else? All right. Thanks, everybody.
See ya.
Thanks, Coach.